Trischler here with WWL Louisiana for your tropical weather impact alert. It's 11 a.m. Central Time here in New Orleans. Here to talk to you about this Gulf disturbance that's going to be pushing through Louisiana through today, bringing us some rounds of heavy showers, but plenty of dry breaks in between. Current look over the city of New Orleans, over the French Quarter. It's cloudy. We've got the tropical clouds here. It's been gloomy and gray. Not a big complaint, though, for people that live in New Orleans and southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. The tropical disturbance is keeping us cool, so that's one good thing, but we have to watch for some heavy rain, which we've already seen some pretty heavy rain come through, especially our bayou parishes. During the overnight, last night we saw some pretty bad storms in a few spots and some pretty heavy downpours. Right now, Invest 93, it has not strengthened at all, so that's good news. It hugged the coastline. Not expected to strengthen at all. It is going to remain a weak system, but still expecting the same impacts in the coming days, rounds of heavy showers. So this is what it looks like on satellite and radar. Invest 93 is just off the shore, just off the coast of South Mississippi now. So it is going to be moving into Louisiana through the rest of today, and some heavy rain is happening now for parts of central Louisiana and for our coastal parishes now. So still dealing with some heavy rain with this, and this will continue to be the trend off and on through today and tomorrow, and we may have some lingering tropical moisture into Saturday. So Saturday will probably still have some scattered heavy rain in a few spots, but it's not going to be a problem for everyone, and it's not going to be raining all the time. We get those breaks in between, and they bring us some relief from the heavy showers, but any storms that we get can produce some pretty efficient rainfall rates. So you may get a rainfall rate of 2 to 3 inches in an hour, maybe a bit more than that, and that could certainly induce some localized flooding. So here is what we're currently seeing on our live radar across southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. A lot of the area is dry right now. We have some heavy rain, though, from Thibodaux to Morgan City, a strong thunderstorm there, pushing through our bayou parishes and moving westward. So that is the heaviest of the rain now that is pushing through parts of the river parishes and off west towards Morgan City and Thibodaux. Heavier showers for Terrebonne Parish into Houma, some steady and soaking downpours through Houma into Galliano. Heavier showers for Buras and Lower Plaquemines Parish. In South Mississippi, we've got a downpour in Pearl River County now, so it is going to be spotty, heavy showers that we see through today and tomorrow. A little bit of rain for the New Orleans metro area. If I zoom in there, some soaking showers for parts of uptown and then on the West Bank as well. So Herrero seeing some soaking rain at this point with that one little shower, but you can see for the metro area, the rain is kind of few and far between. Just one little shower from the West Bank to the East Bank there, from Herrero to uptown New Orleans. And then zooming back out, lots of the South Shore dry. Most of the North Shore is dry. It's just that one little shower we have in Pearl River County in South Mississippi. Some rain along I-59 as well. But we'll see more storms picking up throughout the course of today. The heaviest of the rain, like I mentioned, off to the west. That's probably where the heaviest of the rain will be falling through today and tomorrow. The heaviest of the rain and probably the worst of the flooding, maybe in central Louisiana towards Lafayette, maybe towards Baton Rouge at times, towards Morgan City. And yes, our bayou parishes will probably get the brunt of the heavy rain through today and tomorrow, where we're seeing this heavier storm now pushing off west, headed towards Morgan City. So that's where we have parts of Lafourche, parts of Terrebonne seeing some heavy rain, and down to the coast, Cocodrie getting some heavier showers too, all related to Invest 93. Like I mentioned, the one silver lining for us New Orleanians, us Southeast Louisianians, us in Mississippi, check out these temperatures. 70s and 80s. I mean, we will take it. I know we have to deal with some spotty tropical downpours, but it's cloudy and cool outside for this time of the year. 80s on the North Shore because it's not raining on the North Shore. 70s for the South Shore because we've got those heavier showers in a few spots at 73 in Houma, 85 in Slidell, 80s in the metro area. Winds not bad because the system is going to remain weak, so winds not really a problem. You may get an occasional breeze here and there, 20, 30 mile per hour winds at times, pretty isolated. Maybe you get a stronger thunderstorm gusting 40 to 50, and that's the extent of our risk when it comes to the winds. So current wind speeds around 10, 15 miles per hour. We do have a gust up to 20 miles per hour in Houma, so maybe it'll be a bit breezy at times today and tomorrow. Right now, winds are mostly from the north, but they'll start to wrap around and come in and come out of the south through tomorrow. So east-northeast winds now, and then southerly winds expected tomorrow as this weak low pressure moves in. So it'll be a little bit breezy the next couple of days, and that's really about it. Also, that helps keeps things cool too with the breeze. Looking back at how much rain we've gotten over the last 24 hours, some of us have picked up several inches of rain, especially for our coastal spots, our bayou parishes, South Mississippi, even parts of the metro area. There was a ton of lightning and really loud thunderstorms last night, thanks to this tropical moisture that pushed in. So I can go back and show you a radar estimate of how much rain we've received for parts of the area. So maybe anywhere up to maybe 5 to 7 inches for parts of our bayou parishes and coastal spots. So certainly some of us have picked up, several inches of rain. 5 to 7 inches possible over the last 24 hours we've picked up for our bayou parishes and down the coast. Parts of Jefferson Parish, maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain. In South Mississippi, anywhere from maybe 2 to 4 inches of rain over the last 24 hours. The metro area, maybe 1 to 3 inches of rain. So some of us have seen several inches over the last day, and we could pick up a couple more, maybe anywhere from 2 to 4 inches between today and tomorrow. So some heavier showers are certainly possible, especially, you consider how much rain we've gotten over the last day. The grounds are saturated. We may tack on a couple more inches. It's going to be kind of easy to get that localized flooding. So keep that in mind. Make sure you're driving carefully. You're taking it easy on the roads, especially if you take a normal route that floods easily. You may want to consider going a different way. You never want to drive in flooded waters, like we always say. You never know what's under there. So make sure you're taking it easy on the roads, driving carefully, being mindful. Even with big puddles and ponding, you don't want to have a big inconvenience driving through a big puddle if you don't have to and messing up your vehicle. So just keep that in mind for the rest of today. And then if you look at the North Shore, really hasn't seen a whole lot of rain, maybe up to ½ inch to maybe 2 inches of rain for parts of the North Shore over the last 24 hours. But we could certainly pick up some more rain over the next couple of days. So that's what we'll be watching. Passing tropical downpours, that's our biggest thing to watch for in the coming days. So here we go with our tropical tracker, Invest 93. It will be moving into Louisiana through the rest of today, kind of right over our area. And as it does, it may get a tad breezy, like I mentioned, through the rest of today, maybe gusts 20, 30 miles per hour at times, but really no big concern. It's running out of time and real estate to develop, so it's really not going to take on any more intensity, which is another great thing to kind of harp on here. As I mentioned, not really expecting any more intensity and strengthening over the next 2 days. The National Hurricane Center keeps it at a 30% chance of tropical development, and that has gone down since yesterday. And then it will keep going down because it will be moving inland through today. And I'll show you that with our spaghetti plots. So going through the next few hours, it'll continue to push through southeast Louisiana, and then eventually into central Louisiana later today. Then it will drift on to the north going into later this weekend. Though next week, you may have been watching earlier, we're talking about later next week as high pressure builds in. Some tropical moisture related to this may ride around the high pressure later next week and then move back down into the Gulf Coast. So we'll have to watch that next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so a week from now to see what that tropical moisture does. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But first, let's walk you through your Thursday to get you going and see what this rain is looking like for today. So like I mentioned, the heaviest of the rain probably going to happen for our bayou parishes, coastal spots, points westward, Lafayette to Baton Rouge to Morgan City. May see the bulk of the heaviest rain today, but I don't want to rule out we will have some passing rain across the rest of our area. So southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi today will have scattered downpours that could add up. We could see some localized street flooding across the entire area, but luckily there will be those numerous dry breaks in between that will certainly help us out. But just keep that in mind. Passing rain for the rest of today, maybe a couple stronger thunderstorms, some lightning, gusty winds, but kind of similar to a regular summer day here in the New Orleans area. Don't forget your umbrellas and your rain gear since it's going to be a bit of a soggy day today and tomorrow. Some more scattered storms through the afternoon and into the evening hours. And then that trend will continue into tonight and overnight. But the heaviest of the rain, again, could be shifting a bit more westward going into later today and tomorrow. But we'll still have plenty of tropical moisture around to tap into, so there could still be some scattered downpours through tomorrow just with the lingering moisture around. So some soaking downpours at times throughout the course of the day tomorrow as well. Dry breaks in between. Definitely not going to be raining all the time, but it's going to be a cloudy day once again tomorrow. Saturday, the system is going to be out of here, but we'll still have some lingering tropical moisture, a little bit still left behind. So I still think we're going to have some scattered rain in the mix on Saturday as well. Maybe some heavier downpours in a few spots, a couple stronger thunderstorms throughout the day on Saturday. It's going to be cloudy and gray again. We may get a little more sunshine going into the weekend, and we certainly will dry up going into Sunday, but Saturday we'll probably still have some more scattered soaking downpours. You'll have to keep that in mind for your plans, but don't cancel any plans. You can always download our WWL app. You can see the radar. You can watch it closely to see where the storms are happening. It's not going to be a big, huge thing to stress about for sure, but you want to watch the rain in case you have outdoor plans. It is going to be a bit gloomy, and we'll have scattered rain through today, tomorrow and into Saturday. And the rain could get heavy at times. So I did want to, again, reiterate that. That's really the big thing. The tropical impact from this is just the heavy downpours that will come periodically in waves today through tomorrow and even into Saturday. We'll have some rain at times. So with the rounds of rain, we could watch for some localized street flooding. We may pick up anywhere from 3 to 6 more inches of rain. It just depends on where the showers move and if they stay for a longer period of time and you get those heavy tropical downpours, that's when you can pick up a few inches of rain in a short period of time. So make sure you're staying on top of the forecast, watching us on WWL+, watching us live on air, keeping up with us on social media, things like that. I'll show you the flooding outlook for today. So we're in a slight risk for our area. It's a level 2 out of 4 risk. We often see these throughout the course of the year, just watching for localized street flooding. But off to the west from Lafayette to Morgan City, even parts of Terrebonne Parish, it's a bit higher of a flood risk today. That's where we're in the moderate level 3 out of 4. So that's where the heaviest of the rain could fall today and the worst of the flooding could happen. But it's not going to be off the charts bad, but that looks like we'll see the bullseye of the heaviest rain possible through today off to the west more so. Tomorrow, as we go throughout the day on Friday, again, we're going to mostly be under a slight risk of excessive rainfall, level 2 out of 4. So tomorrow, like I've been mentioning, some localized street flooding, a concern. It's not going to be a problem for everyone, but we'll pay attention to some localized flooding concerns for tomorrow. Rainfall totals over the next couple of days, like I mentioned, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches is a general rule of thumb. Some of us may get up to maybe 1 to 2. Maybe some of us may get 3 to 6, some of us closer to the coast and our bayou parishes and off to the west may get a little bit more, up to maybe 6 to 8 inches, like worst case scenario. So that's what we have to kind of plan and watch for, is just the heavy rain that could total up for us through the next couple of days. So for that reason, we're still under a flood watch until late tomorrow night because of the heavy rain. So we still have this going on until late tomorrow night because of the widespread possibility of 2 to 4 inches, but those isolated pockets of 6 to 8 inches, you can't rule it out. Something to certainly watch since there's so much moisture in the air. It doesn't take much for these storms to produce a lot of rainfall. Since the system is going to be weak, like I mentioned, the wind's really not going to be a concern. We may get occasional gusty winds up to 20, 30 miles per hour at times through today and tomorrow, especially as the low moves in. It's weak, but it may be a little bit windy here and there, but we'll probably see those gusts up to 20, 30 miles per hour. And then if you get a stronger thunderstorm, you may get a rogue gust in a storm, 40, 50 miles per hour, like we saw yesterday when the storms initially pushed in. So you may get 1 or 2 of those through today and tomorrow. So also I mentioned we may have to watch more tropical moisture later next week as high pressure builds back in. So here is all the moisture with Invest 93. It's moving through Louisiana today and tomorrow, and it'll start to pull away going into this weekend. Then high pressure will build in from the east and take over, and that will help us dry up and heat up going into Sunday and early next week. So high pressure gradually pushes in going into later this weekend. Sunday, mostly dry, maybe 1 or 2 storms. Monday and Tuesday, also mostly dry with less moisture around, hotter and drier for early next week. But as the high pressure, we go to this clockwise motion and the moisture rides around it, the tropical moisture does, it may come back again later next week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we may have more moisture we'll have to contend with to see what it can do, but still plenty of time to watch it. It looks like, though, if it does return by next Wednesday into later next week, we'll have some more heavy rain to watch. We'll have to watch and see if it can develop into anything, but so far, just kind of a rough idea that we'll see some more heavy rain possible later next week. I'll leave you with the 7-day forecast for the New Orleans metro area. Southeast Louisiana, South Mississippi 7-day. Weather impact alert for today and tomorrow because of the tropical downpours that could lead to some localized flooding. Silver lining is it's going to be cloudy and cooler. Temperatures in the 80s in the afternoons today and tomorrow. This weekend it does get a bit warmer, back in the 90s. Could see some more scattered heavy showers at times on Saturday. Then we're back in the low to mid 90s early next week with less rain. But by Wednesday and later next week, like I mentioned, more moisture coming our way. We'll see some more storms and maybe a cool down if those storms actually make it here. So a lot to track with that. So thanks for tuning in. We will have updates every hour on this. Make sure you join us for the WWL Louisiana News at Noon.